Alright guys, how's it going? In this lesson I'm going to teach you 3 different melodic scale runs that you can use whilst you are improvising in any major or minor key. Now ideally when you want to learn how to improvise, you will learn a scale pattern for the type of key that you wish to improvise in. Right? That will then give you access to a small range of the fretboard where you are able to play in this type of key. Then from there you will learn all the scale patterns for that type of key, so then you have access to the entire range of the fretboard for the chosen key, for the chosen type of key that you wish to improvise in. Right? Then from there you're all good to start improvising to some backing tracks, and then you're free to then just get better at improvising. Right? But I sort of found that when I got to this point, all I could really do was sort of go up and down these scale patterns, and that I couldn't really do anything notably different. But the fact is, what you've done to be able to improvise is learn scale patterns from bottom to top. So essentially, how are you actually going to be able to play anything notably different if you haven't actually learned anything notably different? Right? So that's what I'm here to teach you today. I'm here to actually give you the tools, to give you some ammunition that you can actually use to help you improvise. Right? Say somebody wants you to go do a job, and obviously that job has to be done well. So what you're going to need are the right tools for the job. So you're going to have to go down to your local store, get your screwdrivers, get your drills, get your saws, get your wrench, stick them in your toolkit, in your toolbox, right? And then you have the tools to go do this job, and you have the tools to go do it well. And that is what I'm going to teach you. In this case, the job is to improvise, and I'm going to give you those tools to do that job, and to do it well, right? All of these licks are all in the same key, which is actually very helpful, because after this lesson, they're all in the key of A minor. So just stick on an A minor backing track, and you can start practicing the licks to the backing track, or you can get started with throwing these licks, these runs, in with what you usually do when you improvise. And essentially just get to practicing really. And then just one more thing. This is going to be the only lesson where I'm not actually going to teach you how to play the licks, because I've actually counted the second run, the second lick that I'll show you, has 48 notes in it. And I was actually getting lost in previous takes of this lesson trying to teach that lick. And then I just imagined some random guy clicking on this video, trying to learn this out of nowhere, and then them just getting totally lost trying to learn 48 notes one by one, with me just going 5th fret, low E, 7th fret, low E, 3rd fret, low A. So, I'm just going to play the licks a couple of times, tell you sort of any helpful details, or anything that you need to know about the licks. And during this time, I'll have the tab up in the annotations where you can learn the licks, and then that should be your resources for this lesson all sorted. So yeah, let's get to playing. The first lick that I'll show you is the one that I played in the intro. Here it is. Right, essentially all that is, the root note, the A note, is the 14th fret of the G, and then you basically go up in a 4-note sequence until you then reach the same root note, the A note, on the 17th fret in the higher octave on the high E. So that's sort of the first half of it. Right? And then from there, it sort of goes down the scale, but in between each note, you pivot on the root, this 17th fret. So in between each note you play the 17th fret. So it's sort of like this little rundown. Alright, so I'll play the whole thing all together once more. Right, okay, and then this next lick, this is the one with the 48 notes. This one's a beast, but it's awesome. Here it is. Okay, So again, it's a similar thing. You start on a root, the A note, on the low E on the fifth fret, and then you basically go up this 4-note pattern until you then reach the destination of the fifth fret on the high E, which is the same note as the note you started on, the root, right? Where you just basically go up this pattern until you get there. So I'll play that whole thing 2 more times for you. Here we go. Also, if you can play like really fast, playing that lick fast is awesome. Right, one more time. Okay, and then the last one, which is the shortest one, I think, goes like this. Okay, play that again. Okay, the only things I want to say about this lick is there's a couple of slides, and I found that when I was just learning this lick, I'd sort of like pause or sustain the slide, like the note that I go to. But you need to make sure that this whole lick, this whole run, is sort of like one solid block of like notes that's just like evenly paced out. So like it all needs to be like the same space apart, like each note, right? So essentially just play it all in time. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, because I found I was just sort of like pausing in some places after certain notes, where it all has to be one sort of consistent thing from start to finish. And also with the slides, you don't have to slide every note. I actually slide a few more notes than I should than when I was taught it. But I'll write the tab sort of how I play it, because obviously that's how I'm playing it to you. And sort of like with the fingering as well for the lick, you just use whatever fingers you want. With all these licks, as long as you play the notes right, it's all good. Anything sort of like articulations, so like hammer-ons and pull-offs, like slides and stuff, you can throw that in wherever you want, because that's just feel, you know. So as long as you play the notes right, then you're going to be in the key, and it's your lick. You can do whatever you want with it. And yeah, just another thing. There's a little bonus to this lick, which I will show you. Right, because it ends on that note, which is the start to that second sort of part in the first lick that I showed you. So you can like combine the two together. Okay? Right, so that's like 3.5 licks that I've showed you. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that was clear enough. This last thing that I want to explain, in the title, and I've mentioned in the video, that you can use these licks to improvise in any major or minor key. Now let me just give that an explanation. Like, all these licks are in the key of A minor. Every major key has a relative minor key where those notes in that minor key exist within the major key, right? C major, that key's relative minor is A minor, which is what these runs are in, right? That's their key, A minor, right? But A minor has the same notes as C major. That's what I'm saying. Those notes exist within C major. So if you then stick on a C major backing track and just play these licks exactly the same, it will be tonally correct. Like, it will make musical sense and it will sound good, right? So if you want to change the minor key that these licks are played in, all you need to do is just change the note that you start on, right? So for example, like the second lick, sort of like that big one, right? That, it starts on the A. Say you want to play that in B minor, all you need to do is just start on the B note. Right, just like that. Right, so just rushing through that. Yeah, so that's all you need to do to play it in a different minor key. Just change where you start it. So say you want to play it in F sharp minor, just start all these licks on F sharp minor, right? And then to play them in any major key, whatever the major key, like whatever the relative minor is of that major key. So again, like C major, the relative minor is A minor, right? All you need to do is just play those licks in A minor and they will work in C major. So basically, if you play these in every minor key and then their relative majors, right, you have then covered every major and minor key. So that's how that works. Any questions, just let me know. Any suggestions for any other lessons, just let me know. I'm here for you guys. I'm your guitar teacher. Anything you want, anything you need to know, just ask, man. And I check my emails all the time, literally like once every 10 minutes. So like I will see your comments and I will reply if you ask me something. Right, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope this has been helpful enough. Good luck with your playing, with your practicing and everything else that you're doing with your time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and God bless. See you soon.